Hi everyone, today's training topic is check your receipts via payment form. In this session, you will learn how to use the payment form to create payments against open sales orders, invoices, or GL journals when receiving checks. The objective of this training session is to enable you to create payments using the check payment method through the payment form, receive checks against invoices, orders, or customer accounts effectively, manage partial payments when an invoice is not fully paid, allocate multiple invoices to a single payment, reverse check payment records if an issue occurs, and understand the impacts in the Onfinity system. This training will enhance your accuracy and efficiency in processing check transactions. Prerequisites. Before we begin, ensure the following are in place so that check receipts can be processed conveniently without interruptions. A valid bank account in which payments will be received, customer records with open invoices or sales orders to receive payments against, conversion rates in the system if dealing with multi-currency transactions. Understanding check receipts. A check receipt represents the payment received from a customer via check. These receipts can be recorded in the payment form within the Onfinity system. Traditionally, payments were created through the AR receipt screen, where users manually selected invoices and filled mandatory fields. To simplify this, the payment form is provided. It allows multiple business functions, one of which is check receipts. Business functions of check receipts. Using the payment form, the following scenarios can be handled: invoice settlement, receiving payments against invoices; advance deposit payments, recording payments against sales orders before invoices are generated; GL journal settlements, creating payments against unreconciled GL entries; multi-currency payments, handling payments when bank and invoice currencies differ; partial payments, recording partial invoice payments via check; multiple allocations, allocating a single check to multiple invoices; check reversal, reversing bounced or invalid checks and viewing their impact in the system. Demonstration in Onfinity system. Log into the Onfinity system using your credentials. Open the payment form from the search menu. Select an invoice to settle. For example, consider an invoice with a total amount of 1,890 Indian rupees. Out of this, 1,800 Indian rupees is already paid, and 90 Indian rupees remains unpaid. We will now record the payment of 90 Indian rupees through check. On the payment form, select the organization. Choose AR receipt as the document type. Select check as the payment method. Choose the bank account where the payment is deposited. Enter the check number and check date. Confirm the account date, date for books of account, and transaction date, date of performing the transaction. Click OK to create the payment. The payment record will now appear in the AR receipt screen with the status completed. An allocation document is automatically generated, referencing both the invoice and the payment. On the invoice screen, the payment schedule shows that the pending 90 Indian rupees is now marked as paid. The invoice is fully settled and closed. Advance and deposits. The next business scenario is advance and deposits. Sometimes a sales order is created, but invoices are not yet generated. In such cases, customers may make advance payments. We need to record these advance payments against sales orders using the payment form in the Onfinity system. Select the sales order against which payment is being received. Verify the sales order details. For example, if the payment term is 100% advance, you will see a payment schedule showing that no amount has been received yet. Open the payment form and select the order schedule. Click on Check to create a check receipt. Fill in the details. Organization. Select the relevant organization. Document type, AR receipt. Payment method, check. Bank and bank account, where the payment will be received. Currency. Type. If both bank and order are in INR, no conversion is required. Account date. The date when the transaction will be recorded in the books of accounts. Transaction date. The date of performing the transaction. Discount. Optional. If a discount is given, it can be entered. Check number and check date. Enter check details. Click OK to create the payment. The system generates a payment record, visible in the AR receipt screen, with a completed status. Since this payment is against a sales order, no allocation is created immediately. Allocations are created only when invoices are generated, as they link invoices with payments. Until then, the order schedule will show the payment amount received. For example, 11,900 Indian rupees. GL journal entry payments. On the payment form, we can also create payments against GL journal entries. Select the GL journal entry on the payment form. Click on Check, enter the check-in number and check date. Click OK to create the payment. The payment is now created in the system and can be verified on the AR receipt screen. Since this payment is not against an invoice or order, no reference appears for invoices or orders. However, an allocation document is created, which shows the settlement between the GL journal entry and the payment. For example, if the GL journal entry was 400, the allocation document will show the payment of 400 settled against that journal. Multi-currency payments. If you receive money in a currency different from your invoice currency, the system handles it seamlessly. Select the invoice against which the payment is being made. Choose a bank account with a different currency. For example, Euro instead of Indian rupee. Enter check details and confirm the transaction. The system automatically records the payment in the bank account currency. For example, if the invoice amount is 600 Indian rupees and the bank account currency is euros, the system converts it, e.g., 600, 5.77 euros. The allocation document is created in euros, referencing both the invoice and the payment. On the invoice screen, you can see that the payment is marked as received, with minor rounding differences due to conversion. Partial payments. Partial payments can also be recorded against invoices or orders. Select the invoice in the payment form. Enter the partial amount received. If applicable, add any discounts or adjustments. Enter the check details and click OK. The system creates a payment for the received amount, marks that portion as paid on the invoice, automatically creates a new schedule for the unpaid amount. For example, if an invoice of 10,000 Indian rupees receives only 7,000 Indian rupees with a discount of 25%, the balance is scheduled as a new due amount. Multiple allocations. Single check for multiple invoices. If a single check covers multiple invoices, select the relevant invoices on the payment form. Enter the check number. Only one check is used. The system creates one consolidated payment for the total of all invoices. The allocation document links the single payment to multiple invoices. Each invoice's payment schedule is updated to show them as paid. Reversing payments. Check bounce or error. If a check bounces or a payment needs to be reversed, open the payment record, select Reverse. The system creates a reversal document, marks the invoices as unpaid again, reverses the allocation document linked to the original payment. This ensures the system reflects the correct outstanding amounts. Posting payments. Once payments are completed, they can be posted to update financial records. Posting creates the accounting entries, such as bank, check and transfer, credited, customer receivable, debited. Both accounts are updated accordingly and can be verified in the system. Using the payment form, we can receive and manage check payments against sales orders, invoices, and GL journal entries. Handle multi-currency payments, partial payments, and multiple allocations. Reverse bounced or incorrect checks. Ensure accurate posting into the accounting books. Thank you.